back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Joy, and this is my friend Jamiah.
Hi guys.
So I asked her to come here today. So she is the first woman that I will be interviewing.
We met in high school, probably like 11th or 12th grade. Well, put it this way, we've been knowing each other for about a decade. I mean, over a decade. Yeah. Over a decade.
Yes.
Oh.
Because I am 30. I keep saying this all in my videos, but yes, I am 30.
Yes, Lord, and I'm 31, so you know I was welcoming her to the Dirty 30 Club. I can't talk right now, but I was just saying, I was telling her when I turned 30 and she was still in her 20s, I was like, oh my God, it's something about 30 that's so amazing. It's so freeing. You're just kind of allowing life to happen, and you're just present and you're happy and
it's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Our drink for the day is, what is this?
Stella Rosa. It's the Stella Rosso. So it's like it's a nice deep red dessert wine. It's so yummy though. I love it. Mm-hmm. Cheers. Yes.
Go right on ahead.
Well, I am currently I'm an actress. I've been out in LA I came out here for college and I never left. I worked in the makeup field for at least 10 years before I decided to like stop on that. I started doing makeup when I was in high school, started working for the Estee Lauder counter, and then just gradually, you know, moved up from there and moved around. I've worked with them with makeup from Estee Lauder all the way to I worked with Armani, with Benefit Cosmetics, Smashbox. So I had a pretty good little run with makeup for a while. It got involved in a post-production office in Santa Monica, where I worked there for 8 years, called Company 3. Did that.
8 years.
8 years.
That's so crazy. That was 8 years.
Crazy, yes. Yeah. I mean, it's been like a solid 4 years since I've quit that job, which is insane because I originally quit. I was like, you know what, this isn't fulfilling me. This isn't what I really want to do. You know, I was doing well, you know, I had the stability behind myself, but I just wasn't truly happy and fulfilled. And so I ended up quitting that job when I opened my own online boutique. I did that for about a year or two with a business partner. And then we decided to go our separate ways with that. And I just decided to pursue acting now. So that's what I've been doing. Monday through Friday, I audition, I work, you know, I do like commercial work, or, you know, I'll do random photo doubling or things like that, just, you know, to pay the bills while I'm on my journey to
fulfilling the dream.
Fulfilling the dream, but it's been good. I'm happy.
Yes,
you know, I'm not doing anything that I feel like I wake up and I'm like, dang, I gotta go to work today.
Yeah,
it's not like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is so important. And just say I'm so proud of her. She is working so hard and getting to where, you know, it's not easy doing that.
Oh, I love you. She got some nerve to talk about working hard. Now y'all know this girl, Stephanie, works so much, and it's so commendable because what she does for a living is not easy. Taking care of other people, and you know, being a nurse, people don't realize how much energy goes into that job.
Yeah.
And to putting in 12-hour days. Yeah.
But it's fulfilling and it's rewarding, and I can't like complain of anything about like where I am currently. So yeah, my next chapter with nursing is coming up soon.
Yes, and I'm so proud of her. Go ahead, girl.
So that'll start in August, but I'll talk about that more later on. So we can go, like I said, with this whole thing, it's mainly talking about obviously her love experience, and then just like what we've learned together as women, and just, you know, still wanting to motivate and inspire other women who are watching this, because you are not alone in your journey. And yeah, every day you're learning something new.
Yes, and I try to tell people that all the time, because, you know, I get it all the time where women are constantly like, well, like, why are you like, you know, just like wondering why I'm so just in a place of positivity and happiness. And it's because since we're on relationships, you know, I was in a 5-year relationship where, you know, I thought I was going to marry the guy, and it ended up ending, and I was devastated. I went through one of the it was the last 2 years of the relationship was pretty dark for me because I wasn't happy, but ignoring the signs and just kind of coexisting in the relationship because it was comfortable, or at least I felt like it was comfortable, and you know, just afraid of what life would look like outside of that.
Yeah.
And coming out of it, oh Jesus, it's like I didn't even know. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even realize how sometimes we're doing certain things because it looks better, or we feel like we're stuck in that. We're stuck in that relationship, and you're never stuck. You're never stuck. We always have the choice to change things, and I tell people all the time, the only thing that's constant is change. So if you're not changing and evolving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not growing. You're not fulfilling your purpose. So, yeah. Just went on a little rant. My ultimate goal with love is, I feel like love has no bounds. It's free. It's easy. It's comfortable. I mean, and don't get it twisted. There's always, you know, uncomfortability and everything because you have to grow and learn with a person. But I think my ultimate goal is just that. It's just to be free in love and to just be in a position with someone else that I can grow with. I can be myself with. I don't have to try. I can just be. And they're an extension of my happiness. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to depend on anyone for my happiness. I feel like happiness comes from within. And, but you can be an extension of someone's happiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like, you're with the other person because together you guys can be happier, a strong unit, that support system.
Yes. So,
you know, and like I said, you are responsible for your own happiness, but whoever you're with, that's up to you. And as long as you're happy and doing what you need to do, and that person is, you know, doing what you want out of that relationship for you, then that's fine. Because I feel like no one can tell you what is you need out of a relationship.
Absolutely. And I think there's different types of relationships too, and that's why I look at when you're young, and I look at young couples and I think like, oh, this is just one version of yourself. You know, we're always growing and evolving, and of course we can grow and evolve with someone else, but I feel like it's much harder to do that as you're growing, you know what I mean? Because you don't know who we're constantly changing. I think the person who spoke out to me the most about this topic was Jada Pinkett recently.
Oh, Red Table Talk?
Yeah, Red Table Talk. Thank you, Jada.
Yeah.
Because she basically was like, you can't look for anyone else to make you happy. That's your one true job in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, you can't look for someone else to do anything that they could do for you, you should be able to do for yourself first.
Amen.
So I think that's where we go wrong with a lot of relationships. And then also too, like, learning and growing and knowing who you are and figuring it out. Because sometimes relationships stifle you from growth, or just like knowing who you are outside of the relationship, because you might not do something you really want to do out of respect for your mate, or you might not do something you really want to do because you know that they wouldn't agree with it, or whatever the case is. So it's like, you know, it's important to have someone who is okay with, you know, growth or growing with you, and you allowing them to be an individual soul on their own journey, and same, you know what I mean? And you're just adding, right? You're just adding to each other. Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that.
Okay, so I am, I just, you know, a lot of people are like, what's your nationality? I'm Black. But of course, like, my family, both sides, my mom and my dad both have Native American, you know, a lot of different things mixed in. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what I am. But my grandmother was Creole, Native American, and French, and Black, and probably a lot more mixed in. However, my family's from Louisiana. My grandmother, I was raised with my mother primarily. Her mother is from Louisiana, Natchitoches, Louisiana, Cane River. If y'all don't know what that is, y'all can look it up. It's pretty cool. I was born and raised in Oakland, California, Bay Area, and I have those southern roots. And so being raised in a home, my grandmother primarily, she lived with us. And, you know, I pretty much was raised by my mom. My dad was around, but like in and out. And so basically, I grew up Catholic. And then about 16, I converted to Baptist. And now I just kind of feel like I'm non-denominational, but I'm a Christian. I believe in Christ. I believe in Jesus. I definitely have a higher faith, but I'm more spiritual than anything. Yeah. I feel like God lives within us. I feel like that we all have the sense of right and wrong.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we all know when we're doing things that is against our, like when they say you're selling your soul, essentially you sell your soul anytime you go against what you know is morally right or wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, or go against like what you feel in your heart of hearts is against what you would typically do. Yeah. So I feel like God lives within us. I feel like God is in all of us, and sometimes people lose light of that. Or, you know, it's just like we have different beliefs, but I definitely believe everything works together for our highest good. I know that having faith and speaking in gratitude and being grateful for every little detail is essentially what believing in God is. You know what I mean? Because God works for our highest good. It's like about like how she can't comprehend how people believe in God after like what happened to Nipsey Hussle. And now his family is like, you know, he was placed here. Like you've been seeing the things that his dad has been saying and stuff.
I just saw actually what his mom was
right. Yeah, I just saw that too. But I was just saying, like, when you have a deep faith in a force that's much bigger than we can even comprehend. Right. Because it's a knowing. God lives within us, but also too, we've had different examples of, wow, this is not man can't do this. You know what I mean? It's just certain examples of things that we know are outside of our control. Yeah,
beyond what we can even
fathom. You know what I mean? But even like a Nipsey Hussle, like if you think about his life, right? A lot of people, he had fame, and you know he had a reputation for obviously being a good person and trying to give back to the culture and trying to educate the culture and all of that. But like now it's on it's a different level now that he's died, because I feel like that's what God intended for his life. You know, it's like he had to go through all he had to go through just to come to this point to unite all of these people. You see how many people are coming together, these gangs. That wouldn't have happened, you know? So it's like, and I'm getting chills, like,
ooh, yeah, you are, girl.
I'm getting chills thinking about just how God works. And it's like, there's no question. For me, there's no question. I don't question if there's a God, because I just know. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of the time when people think that way, it's like, I just know. I can't explain it, because I've had my experiences that have confirmed for me, you know? Now that's hard, because my mother is still not married. She's never been married. And I've only seen her with my father in one other real major relationship in my life. Right. And I'm 31. So, you know, she lives her life for her family. She lives her life for everyone else pretty much except for herself. And now she's so stubborn that, you know what I mean? I'm like, Mama, you need a man, girl. And I hope you see this.
So I think... So with the whole love thing, because it can be obviously this whole thing, it stems from like relationships and like someone you're in like a romantic relationship with. And I think the question's kind of like open-ended, like up in the air kind of thing. So it can be like seeing your mom with another man, or like seeing that growing up. Yeah. But I think also, because I also have like similar upbringing. Like my mom was a single mom. I went to Catholic school, kindergarten through high school. Also born and raised in Oakland as well. But I saw love too, just with like the love obviously like your mom gives you now. And then like family that you have, aunts, uncles, your brother, Mar. So like, you know, there's so many different ways to love.
Absolutely.
And I feel like when I was actually coming up with the questions, it was kind of like, yes, geared towards relationship with another person on a romantic or higher connection level, whatever. But more so just like growing up, like you saw love like from your mom,
yes,
from your dad,
from powerful. I have a lot of powerful women in my family, and I have a lot of women. Yeah, we relate on this. We have a lot of women role models, aunts, cousins. You know, I have a godmom who I'm extremely close with. Well, actually, I have two godmamas. Don't kill me, auntie. My aunt is really my godmom, and then my godfather married who I call my godmom. And so I have two godmothers, but both of them are, I talk to my aunt like every day. Yeah. Demetrius is my godmom, who I would go to church with growing up, the Baptist church, who instilled that level of faith in me as well. Like I got to see, you know, going to a Baptist church is obviously like night and day from Catholic.
So different from a Catholic church.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, I just had a lot of strong women examples in my life, and that taught me how to be an independent, strong woman, you know. And I have seen examples of marriages. My aunt, who's still married to her husband of, her and Uncle Troy been together for 40, 50 years, you know, something crazy. My uncle, my great uncle, and two of my great uncles, they were both married for, you know, one of them for 60 years when he passed away. Just, you know, I've seen marriage, but I've also seen like women thrive as individuals outside of a marriage, and not, you know, like I said, my mom wasn't married and she is fine. Like she's happy, you know what I mean? But for me, I feel like I definitely want to have that type of love. I know that I have love with my family. I know that I'm always loved. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
it was never a question.
It's never a question. Like some people grow up not really understanding what love is, or that brother-sister bond. You had that with you and Chris. You know, I had that with me and my brother. Like it's a different kind of love. You know, you have different forms of love, like you were saying. So I think, you know, it's different for everybody. Like everyone seeks different types of love, you know, what you lack, I guess, growing up. So I don't feel a lack of love, especially from family or friends or in that area at all. And then, you know, as far as relationships, I've definitely had my fair share of those. So it's like now I'm just in a place where I'm happy to just be in a thriving, more, I want to say it's a relationship, but it's a friendship. Like the guy I'm dating right now, we are friends. You know what I mean? Like we can sit up and watch shows for hours on end. We will binge watch. Like we binge watch.
Goofy.
Yes. Oh, we're so goofy. But he makes me laugh. You know what I mean? Like he's silly. He's fun. He doesn't take things too seriously. Yeah. And we're both at a place where we kind of want similar things. You know, we're both moving toward a place where we want marriage, we want children, we want a home, we want to have, but it's aligning that way. You know what I mean? It's not forced. One person doesn't want one thing, the other person wants. There's no pressure. We're just happy to be together when we get the chance to spend time together and to just be. You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. It feels good. It feels good to the soul.
Yeah. Hey, Soulful Sips a Step Show.
That's right. Hey, look, see how I came back to that?
Hey, that was
full circle.
That was not rehearsed.
No, it wasn't. That was organic. I like it.
Okay, so you answer the question of being in a relationship now. You know, marriage is obviously something you're looking forward to, wanting to happen. Of course, we're wanting it to happen gradually and just genuinely on its own when the timing is right. Alignment. Yes. All of that is just so real.
I just believe that we're exactly where we're supposed to be.
Yes.
You know, there's no question about it. It's like we at like what, 16, 17, oh yeah, I'm gonna be married by 27. Ooh, I want to have this, you know, big huge wedding. I want 31 child. Listen, I'm like this.
Life hits you when you're like,
it's a whole nother story for me now. And don't get it twisted. It's like I know that it'll all happen when it's supposed to. Yes. And I'm just honestly living in the moment and just being grateful for these beautiful moments we get to share and being present and really taking in what's happening now, because so much there's so many times I look back and I'm like it was a blur, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, living in the moment, it's crazy because I feel like I try my best to do that, but then I also get caught up in like, maybe because I work a lot too, but I'm like, all right, today I have to
right,
I gotta go to the grocery store, I need to do my laundry, I need to do this, I need to cook, I need to meal
Yep.
prep, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I feel like that's just being a responsible adult. Like, you need to do those things to, at least for me, to make sure like nothing else is chaotic, because I can avoid it by having X, Y, and Z in line with what I want to happen. But of course, living in the moment, so little things like me going to Disneyland, like being spontaneous and just going there and doing that. I swear, I tell you, when I'm there, I'm just like
just happy,
disconnected from like
because you can't use your phone. You're not really worried about your phone.
You just are enjoying being there with whatever company you're with, and just, you need to find time to do that for yourself. And I feel like I've been getting back to that just in the last few months. And because I was working both jobs again, so it's just like that balance is so real.
Yes, it is. It's just
hard.
Like, it's hard making time for things outside of work, outside of business, because you're exhausted. And really, in these moments when you do have downtime, you be like, man, all I really want to do is just turn on the TV, watch a show, relax. But it's important to make time for the other important things in our life. Like, it's so funny because my mom was just like, she was like, are you coming back here? Like, are you gonna, come basically like spend some time? Because I haven't been spending a lot of time with her recently because I've been busy. But
love her mama, by the way.
My mama's something else. You're gonna have to get her on here too.
Oh yeah.
She would love
Simply
to talk
Marie,
to you.
You will be right here soon. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, like, it's just about being present. Like, it's important to make time. And the truth is you, like they say, you make time for what is important to you.
Right.
And I truly believe that, because there really is no excuse, especially when you do have that extra time. It's like, yeah, you're tired, but the most energy it takes is getting up and getting dressed and just going. That's like the most.
What are your fears when it comes to love? So that before we even like jump into that, I feel like we're both in a place where like fear isn't something that we really worry about paying attention to. So I think when I was coming up with the questions too, I was like, oh, are you afraid of love? Because there are a lot of women out there who
don't play.
Yes, okay, so fear and love, I know a lot of women who have been in relationships and were like hurt, or just a lot of negative things came from that. And I think right now they're just afraid to even move forward or give love a chance, or like get into another relationship with someone, because they're like, no, because when I do this, I just think of this, and I think everyone is a X, Y, and Z because of my last relationship. Which I feel like every person will learn on their own and grow on their own and mature and realize what it is that they learned from that relationship, and take away the good things from it, and then
learn
forward
from the bad too.
Move forward, and then when you're ready to open yourself up to love again, that's up to you to decide.
Right. And I totally agree. And I feel like people, they always say like putting a certain time frame on it, or listen, you don't know what God has for you in your life. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
She my guard.
She don't play, okay? I feel like as far as that's concerned, it's important to just allow things to just flow, to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was in a 5-year relationship, and I was not trying to get back in a relationship. You actually know that for a fact. Like, I wasn't trying. But the guy that I'm dating right now, that I'm in a relationship with, we actually dated previously. And then obviously, like after a relationship, you end up like sometimes talking to someone you talked to in the past. And so that's kind of what happened with us. And so, we're just now in a place where we're just kind of like moving and grooving. But I feel like you just gotta allow yourself you gotta do what feels right to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and don't force it. Don't feel like you're rushed or forced into needing to be in a relationship or be with a certain person because of we spend this amount of time together. Oh, you know, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you want to genuinely be with that person, then go for it. If you don't want to, then you don't have to.
Yeah.
If you just want to talk to someone right now and not be in a committed relationship,
and just
then...
it's all about setting your boundaries up front, or just like saying like what you're comfortable with up front, being honest. Being honest.
Yes.
That's what it's about. It's just just tell the truth
and talk.
Yes, tell the truth.
Communicate. Which is like, okay, we're saying it and it's like may seem like easier said than done. Like, be honest, communicate. Which is like, I feel like people know this, but when it comes
we
to...
don't, because you're afraid. What?
Fear.
The fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Think about that. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is.
That's going to be false evidence appearing real.
Yes. So also too, don't allow what someone else's actions have been toward you to ruin
what you can have with the next person.
Right, because you just don't know, you know what I mean? Like, not everyone is the same.
Right.
You see, you know, before you even get into a situation where you know something is bad is gonna, you know, like it speaks to you. It speaks to that intuition, that gut. You know,
like your intuition,
you know when something ain't right. You know what I mean? You feel it.
And I feel
listen to that.
When you have that and you feel that, I truly believe the universe will work in the ways it needs to get you where you need to be. So like, if you're in something and you know it's not good, or you're not meant to be in that situation, best believe the universe is gonna keep throwing stuff at you until you pull away from that and allow things to align.
Absolutely.
How they're supposed to.
Yeah, because it's never gonna be comfortable. It's not gonna be comfortable until it's right. And even when it's right, you're still gonna have challenges, because that's what life is.
You're still gonna have to work for it. It's not just gonna be. And this is another thing. People think automatically, like in any relationship, like it has to be golden. Like, no. Yes, social media, the society, like just currently in like the world we're living in now, I feel like people have views on what they feel like where they need to be in life when it comes to relationships, career, finances, having a home, the long
A, B, C,
list
D, E, F, G
of all of that. No.
It's just there's no right way. There's just no real formula. You know what I mean? Like, you might have a friend, or you might see someone who's done everything cookie cutter style, like exactly how you think it should be. You know, graduate college, meet the love of their life, get engaged, get married, but you don't know what's going on in their lives.
No, you don't. So what we see from the outside is different from the inside looking out and the outside looking in. So don't be fooled by what you see on social media, because I'm only gonna post this happy moment.
They're people's highlight reels. Yeah. That's what social media is. It's a highlight reel. So you're basically judging your life off of everyone else's highlights.
Good. Yeah.
All they're good. And granted, you get some people who are on there and they just telling their whole life, and you like, child, we don't need to know all of that.
Girl.
But, social media, I feel like there's certain things that is okay to share, and then there's certain things. But the point is don't judge yourself, or feel like you have lack of, or feel like you're not doing a certain thing in enough time, or whatever. We all have we're on a different path. We're on different journeys.
Exactly.
And there is no right or wrong way. Yeah. Like, even if like, for me as an actor, I'm old as hell, okay, in my mind. I'm not really old, but for the acting world to just be starting, you know what I mean? Like, if I were to look at my life and judge myself off of where everyone else is, I could be a complete depressed fool. But I'm not, because I know that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. It's not meant for me to be ahead, or it's not meant for me to be where I was. You know what I mean? I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I know that the best is yet to come. And it's like, when you know that and you look forward to the best, you'll keep attracting that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Versus feeling like, oh my God, like I haven't done this yet, or I haven't done, and it's like, for what? Like, why put yourself through all that misery?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people go wrong when they do that, when they make comparisons and they think they need to be at a certain point in the life, because then it's like, well, you're just attracting more of that negative energy. Tell you the whole gratitude thing that we practice daily.
Real.
It attracts more great things, more blessings to come into your life. And then for people who get stuck on all of that negative, you're attracting more negative subconsciously without even like thinking it. So practicing gratitude has been so great. Like literally, I could complain
about
all day
so many
long.
things. Yeah, we all could. But what good is that doing?
Exactly.
It doesn't pay to complain, A. B, when you think about all of the things that there is to be grateful for.
Yeah, there's so much.
There's
many
so
things.
much. Like just waking up and having another chance to be better than you were yesterday. That's something to be grateful for. That's something I always acknowledge. Like, thank you, God, for waking me up today to have another chance to grow, learn, evolve, and teach, and to be better than I was yesterday.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I just always wake up and just automatically say thank you.
Or say thank you with each step.
Yep.
And I do that all the time. Sometimes I just do it unconsciously, like thank you. Like I'm walking around and I'm like smiling for no reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm genuinely grateful. If you say thank you 30 to 50 times in a row.
Before it even hits 8 a.m. Like, you know, it makes such a big difference. Because you're not just saying thank you. Like, you're really saying thank you.
Yes.
Like, with meaning.
Yeah.
Like, you really are thinking.
And sometimes you have to say it in repetition in order to really feel it. Like, I know sometimes I'll just literally just repeat it to myself. Thank you. Until I get to a point to where I really do feel like I'm hitting the spirit and I'm ready to cry, because you realize like, wow, there's so much to be thankful for. And you feel your vibration rise too.
Yes.
You know? So that's just a little tip from us to you. Go get the magic.
Get the magic. It'll change your life.
It really is life changing.
I've like told my cousins, family, friends,
Same
like,
here.
get the book, read it, practice it, and just watch your life
transform.
Yeah, get better.
And it's crazy because even in doing some of it, it might transform in a way that is uncomfortable. That might hurt a little bit. That might feel like, oh, how did I attract this? But when you come up out of it and you look back, you're like, wow, I get it. Like, I see
those
why.
God winks.
Those God winks. Oh, and a God wink, I tell everyone is essentially how we believe in coincidences. It's not a coincidence at all. It's God winking at you. Like, this is supposed to happen exactly how it's happening. How we feel like, oh wow, this happened before. You know, I've done this before. You know, that kind of like weird feeling.
Yeah.
No, it's a God wink. It's God in that moment winking at you like, you good, I got you, you know?
Do you think everyone in the world wants to find love?
That's a good question, Steph. And I feel like we're made to love. I feel like we're here to love. I feel like that is what life is for. The only thing that we can take with us when we die from here is love. That's it. We can't take any of this material stuff we're stressing over. We can't take any of the stuff that, you know what I mean, we're working so hard for. All you can take is the love and the experiences we've shared with the people we love. That's it. And so, yes, I feel like everybody in the world wants love. And the people that feel like they lack it or they're seeking it is because they have to first love themselves. It starts with us.
Yeah, it goes back to the self-love, loving yourself, self-care. I think, and a lot of like women that I know now who have come to me or I've talked to them about just like wanting to be in a relationship or wanting to get married and blah blah, but they haven't found the right person. Looking back now, just because I'm also on my own like self-love journey, I think it's because you need to, as a person, really love yourself. Not just like showing yourself self-care, because that's obviously important, but truly loving yourself and being happy with who you are as a person. And you know, people, oh, I want to lose weight, I want to get in shape, I want to do this. Well, then do it.
Right.
You know, if that's really what is gonna make you happy,
feel better,
then I say do it. But I think until you've really looked at yourself in the mirror and asked yourself, okay, what truly makes me happy as a person, you're not ready to welcome love in or be in another relationship with another person until you know for yourself that is, I wouldn't say complete because you're still learning that daily, like how to love yourself. But you have to be at a point where you're
open.
Yeah, and like I don't want to say like satisfied or content, but
just at ease, where you're at peace. When you're at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
When you're at peace with yourself, because guess what? You may never.
She's preaching to y'all.
She talking now. Wait a minute.
Love yourself first.
Love yourself first. Yeah, because
Thank you, Zola.
Right? I know. We might just need to end on Z.
I know.
Word. I was just gonna say, you might never come to a point where your stomach is like exactly how you envision it, or you know, you might not ever get the booty you want, or the face, or whatever it is that you feel like you are lacking because of things that we are seeing in other people. Guess what? That same person that you're admiring so much, or you might see, they might lack something that you have.
Right.
So it's like we're all here on a journey to find a little balance.
Right.
My mama she gonna be like, you took that from me, but I sure did. That's her thing. A journey. We're on a journey to balance, and I completely agree with her 1,000%. Yeah, because it's like once you come to a place where you, like we were saying earlier, spending time, making time for the things that are important to us, along with balancing work and balancing, you know, relationships and balancing everything, because sometimes we feel like this is so much.
Yeah.
When you get to a point to where you really are just kind of okay with how things are, is when things start to balance out a little bit more, you know?
And it will come in alignment with how it's supposed to.
Yep.
You know, but loving yourself above everything is important because you only have you at the end of the day.
You got to live with you.
Yes.
You have to live with you. We're the only people you know yourself. Like, we are constantly in here. We're constantly feeling in here. We're constantly one with ourselves. So it's like you have to become balanced within yourself in order to give anything, to give any type of extra energy. You have to, that's why sleep is so important, and you know what I mean, like having a little me time is so important to be able to give
that
to
recharge.
others. Even in relationships, like we don't even realize how sometimes we're giving so much of ourselves and we get a little attitude, or we, you know what I mean, get snarky, and it's because really we should be giving that energy back to yourself. So you know, there's something to think about. But this has been fun.
So the balance, that's what we're going to be leaving you with. That's Jamiah's message for this video.
The journey to balance. I guess that is my message for y'all. Yes.
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, this has been fun. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. What is it? Like, comment, subscribe,
all that
thumbs up, thumbs down. Doesn't matter. Just let us know what you think. And until next time.
Soulful sips. Your glass is empty though. We're gonna have to get some more.
Bye, Zola. Say bye. Bye.
Bye. 16. I got the
girl.
Zola. She
gonna have to take a little pause.
No, it's real. Like, Stephanie's a full-time mama and nurse. Okay, not a game.
Not a game.
Now a little Z over here. Uh-oh. Did she throw up? Oh, doing too much running around, Zola.